Uh, let's continue. If you're new to this channel, you might want to have a look at the trailer. And if you are lost and don't know where to go, there is a table of contents that will help you find what's available on this channel. Here we go. So this video is about lithium orotate. The full story, I'm going to give you a short version here. The full story is available on my website, psycheducation.org / lithium-orotate / if you want to see the whole thing, there's a lot to say. Let's have an overview here. So we're going to talk about what is lithium orotate, what's it for, why has it been ignored? There's a little history to that. Does it replace prescription lithium? What doses might you consider depending on what you're doing with it? Do you need a doctor or nurse practitioner in the process? I think the answer is yes, but most people do it without that. And a link for you to connect to a research project if you are going to take it or have been taking it and want to help them out. Here we go. So lithium carbonate is the form that's usually available by prescription. You can see the two lithium atoms there in the molecule. Lithium orotate is just another way to deliver lithium. The lithium orotate, the orotate segment is a bunch of different molecules connected, carrying one lithium with each one. So orotate is just another vehicle for lithium, but it behaves differently than lithium carbonate, it appears, because with lithium carbonate, it takes 900 milligrams in a capsule to deliver to the brain roughly the same amount, it appears, that can be delivered by somewhere between 5 and 20 milligrams of lithium orotate because of a transport mechanism. We think it's still, there's a lot of research to be done there, but it looks like lithium orotate is getting into the brain with much smaller bloodstream concentrations than lithium carbonate. So who's lithium orotate for? Well, here's my mood spectrum, and I think in theory, lithium orotate could be used for anyone on the mood spectrum in the same way that we would think about particularly low dose lithium. One of these days, people are going to start trying to figure out how to use it for bipolar 1, the manic depressive version. I think that'll be the last place where we really know what we're doing with it, or people are really actually actively using it, because we have so much experience with lithium carbonate, and you really need to know, as I'll show you in a moment, where you are. The other place that one might consider using lithium orotate is, it appears it's still yet to be really nailed down, as though very, very low doses of lithium can forestall dementia, delay the onset of dementia. And if that's true, and very low doses can do it, then maybe lithium orotate is the right way to do that. So that would be the other place to do that. And there's a video on this channel that gives you the whole story about low doses of lithium and whether it might prevent dementia, and you can use the link up there to go to that one. So here's lithium carbonate, and this is what we know so well after 50 years of experience, roughly, using it for the treatment of bipolar. Exactly how much blood level do you need in order to treat mania or prevent mania? Everything below that is what I think of as low-dose lithium, and there's another whole video on this channel about low-dose lithium. I'm going to link that one at the end. All right, so this is why lithium orotate is not going to immediately replace lithium carbonate, because we'd have to figure this out all over again. And that might happen relatively quickly, but I think it's going to take a while. This is the low-dose stuff. I'll mention that one again at the end. So what are we doing with lithium orotate now? Well, up until about basically a year ago is when I found this. We meaning like psychiatry wasn't doing anything with it because it had been thought to not be the best form of lithium until this article. This changes everything. Now, this doesn't nail it down for lithium orotate as being like the right stuff, but it opens up the possibility of research into lithium orotate all over again after that had been basically blocked by one study years ago, back in 1979. So this study says two things. It says, first, lithium orotate in this mouse model blocked the manic symptoms the mice were induced to have. Um, and it did so, as well as lithium carbonate, at a much lower blood level concentration. That was the whole idea, to demonstrate that. And secondly, the mice who had received this lithium orotate had less kidney problems than the mice who had had the lithium carbonate. The opposite was found back in 1979, and that basically stopped the research on lithium orotate. So this is a very big deal to find the opposite. We need to see a replication of this study, and this one was so precisely done. I think that's going to be pretty likely, because this time they used a much lower dose of lithium orotate, knowing that, yes, it does indeed get into the brain as it was originally conjectured to do. So that's exciting. What dose should people consider using? Well, I'll tell you in a minute that I think you shouldn't use it until you have seen a physician or nurse practitioner, and I'll show you why. The dosing in the United States is there's a 5 milligram version and a 20 milligram version. And so far we have no data in humans guiding us on who should take how much for what. But if someone was to consider doing this, I think it's important to have a check of your kidney function first. Lithium is cleared out by the kidney, and your kidney needs to be able to do that efficiently, or lithium can accumulate, and that can be dangerous. There's also some reason to think that lithium, at least lithium carbonate, can bother your kidney. That clearly is the case, especially at high doses. And we don't know yet whether in human kidneys these lower doses in lithium orotate could do the same. So we need to know what your kidney function is and continue to keep an eye on it. And likewise, lithium can affect thyroid function. It interferes with the release of thyroid hormone, and that is, in most cases, easily reversed by stopping lithium, but you need to know it's happening. And to know it's happening, you need to know what your thyroid levels were before you started taking lithium of any form. So I think it's important to keep an eye on those things, because interfering with your thyroid function can cause other problems. You can help if you have been taking lithium orotate for a time, even a short while. You can help with research with the team at King's College London that is studying this. And this is their invitation. I'll just leave that up. You can come back to it if you want to find that email address to write to participate. So I'll finish up here by linking my page on low-dose lithium, because I think lithium orotate is the plausible replacement for low doses of lithium carbonate as we accumulate more experience and research with it. And I'll also link my video on the uses of low doses of lithium for the delay prevention of dementia, and how much we know about that. Because I think those are the two places that one might want to go from here. Thank you for watching.